Hello, Fit Life Orange County Nation. I am so excited to introduce our today's guest, who's a longtime friend and does an incredible work in the health and wellness space. In fact, the biggest thing you're going to learn is the common misconception around the physical therapy industry, how to overcome that and really get back off the sidelines from your aches, your pains, your injuries, getting back into a healthy, fit lifestyle. So, Jonathan, welcome to the show. Super excited to have you.
You are sick and tired of being sick and tired. You need to lose weight, get fit, and take back control of your life. You're so busy. Work, kids, school, and other life commitments. Where do you even have the time or the know-how? That is the problem. And this show will give you the answers. Here is Bryce, Henson, and Jake Stewart, your host of the Fit Life Orange County, a show dedicated to busy men and women focused on taking back control of their fitness and their life, with help from the ideas, programs, and guidance from local experts here in Orange County.
All right, my friend, Jonathan Meltzer, super excited to have you. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Totally. Well, a lot to dive into. We've known each other for quite some time, probably since 2013 or 14, and excited to dive in and really showcase Rausch Physical Therapy. And really my first question is, how did you get involved in the practice, and really what was the origin story of the business?
Yeah, great. So I was graduated PT school just over 10 years ago and was looking for a job right out of school, and Rausch just happened to be one of the jobs that gave me an offer, and so I accepted it. And from there, it's just been a really cool journey of growth from just a PT not knowing a whole lot to being able to manage and direct 3 offices and a full massage location, all that good stuff. So just been growing through the business and watching it change and develop. And the office itself was really cool. Kevin was a PT, is a PT himself, and started out in a practice and just really didn't see the value that was given to the patients. It was more just treat a patient and then do their exercises and then send them home. And he thought there was just more to that. They thought there was should be an experience that a patient develops and goes through versus just getting fixed. He felt that getting out into the community and reaching out and branching out and just being out there and a presence and a face was super important. So he started his own business 16 years ago, this place, Rausch Physical Therapy. Just him by himself, working 7 to 7. His wife was doing the books and the front desk and the aiding and the whole deal. And 10 years later, we have over 130, 40 employees and 3 locations, a full fitness studio and all that. So it's been a fun journey of growth.
Holy smokes. Good on you guys. That's awesome. Can you tell us a little bit more, Jonathan, about your specific role and then your area of expertise specifically, and then kind of what the overall general business expertise is?
Sure. Yeah. We're a physical therapy clinic, but we're a wellness center as well. And so we run and operate PT first and then transition patients into some version of wellness. It's kind of our main operation and niche. My specific role, I'm VP of operations. So I essentially go and do hiring. I do training for PT side of things, but then also help with operational roles of all 3 of our offices, as well as the fitness studios. So just making sure day to day, we're growing and things are getting in place, doing the things they need to be. But more importantly, just making a difference in the community, and how can we expand new ideas and new strategies to reach a community that doesn't necessarily know what PT is or is marketed as well. So that's my fun job. My favorite part is just hiring new PTs and getting to train them to be the best that they can be at such an early age and early stage of their career, and watching them flourish. So a lot to deal, a lot to manage, but I enjoy it a lot.
Awesome. Now kind of diving in a little bit about Rausch, and I guess you give a good high-level overview, but what are the most common or popular services that you offer and also too the same kind of the other side of the question would be, what are the biggest pain points? Why are clients seeing you, and really what are the products and services that really help them?
Yeah, so I mean, most people kind of understand a general picture of what physical therapy is, but if they don't, it's essentially the old school model is that you got hurt or you had surgery, you need to get back to what you want to do, so you go to physical therapy to get fixed. That's very old school, and it's a very kind of slow model. What we do, and a lot of people don't know, it's called direct access. Essentially, it's that if you get hurt, say out on the soccer field or working out or doing something, you can come directly in to see me without going to see a physician. And so people tend to just go through the process of physicians and copays and waits and times. And nowadays trying to get into a doctor is ridiculous. So you're looking at 6 weeks before you ever get to see me. So what the biggest thing is that we want to market that to get people in, and the services that we offer: physical therapy first, like I said, hands-on every time, just really getting our hands on the individuals and to figure out what's going on, what their diagnosis is. And from there, specifically identifying what their wellness needs are. Do they need massage? Do they need Pilates? Do they need any kind of referral to acupuncture, chiropractic, running clubs, fit bodies, all that kind of stuff, working through those specific services. And we've got anything from our hands doing the magic and working to different kind of acupuncture, decompression type stuff. We've got scraping tools and modalities and laser and all kinds of fun stuff to just really be cutting edge and getting people better faster.
Love it. Very good insight. I guess on that same lane, or at least diving a little bit further, and you might have actually answered the question with the direct access model, but you could expand on that, or might be something different. But what would you say is something unique about Rausch that really separates you from the rest of your competitors?
That's a great question. Direct access is more just like, that's our profession as a whole, and just people getting in. The problem is that people just don't know about it. And so you're kind of familiar with, if you tweak your neck while you slept, you would just go to the chiropractor and get an adjustment, right? If you are tight and sore after a workout and you got to run, you're going to go to a massage therapist. You're going to do those things before you go see a doctor, right? So direct access on a PT level as a whole is what we get to do now. And so you actually get to come straight to me. So that's not unique to the profession. However, how you present it to people is unique. And so what makes us unique specifically are two things. One, value. Value is a number one component for what we stand for. And I want a patient to come into our office and really feel and experience value. What does that mean? Like, from every step of the pin, we call it waypoints. Like if you're fishing, you've got specific points that you're going to hit as you go through your journey of PT, right? And the thing that uniquely separates us from the competition, which there's a lot of PT practices around, is that from the very first phone call, we're already doing a good greet and an explanation. When you walk in the door, we don't have to tell you what your insurance is and your benefits and all that, but we do, because people don't understand it. For me as a PT, I'm remembering your name. I'm remembering what you did this weekend. I'm diving into your life to build a relationship versus just, you're a shoulder, let me give you some exercises, fix you up, and get out of here. And then even with our aides, we have a 1-to-1 aid ratio, because I want to make sure that when you do exercise with the aide, they know you're right there with them. The aides are training you. They're teaching you the why you're doing the exercises. Because at the end of the day, if you don't know why you're doing exercises, what are you going to do at home, right? You're not going to do them, and so you're not going to get better. So we create those waypoints, and every single phase and transition of your visit is just top-notch, valuable. And it's a unique experience because our culture is upbeat. We got music going. We got TVs going. I mean, I was in a shark costume last week just for fun because it was Shark Week. I mean, my boss hated it, but it was amazing. And I had tons of people complimenting it. So it's just creating an environment of healing, because I don't want a stale doctor's office in any one of my offices, right? People are hurting. They're broken. I want them coming in laughing. I want them playing sock games and dressing up and just having a really good experience. So that's a big part of it that separates us. And the other part, we're out in the community. So you're going to see us. You're going to see we have kind of like a Pimp My Ride. It used to be an ambulance, but now it's got our wrap on it. Call it a rehabulance. And that thing's all over Orange County. We're out at Covathlon in Newport Beach, over the hump races in Irvine. We are doing Fit for Mom, pelvic floor analysis and exercises. So we're out in the community reaching a population that just doesn't need to be broken and hurting. And we're not afraid to do it. We're not afraid to step out there and get into those communities. So those two things are a big separation of what a normal, like, standard PT practice would be, and us.
Love that. That is awesome. Disrupting the industry, which is great. All right, kind of bring it down to like a specific client perspective, and at least just the general concerns you see, or at least I should say concerns. Well, I guess concerns, but hesitation. So, what would you say, is a source of anxiety for the average person off the street who's wanting to reach out to Rausch, but for whatever reason, has some anxiety? I'm just curious, what are the common types of concerns that you hear on a daily basis?
Yeah, 100%. I think two. One, cost is going to be one, right? So anytime you throw in a service, especially a day and age right now with everything going on, finances are important, right? And so we look at just cost being one of them, and people just concerned about what that would look like. And the good thing is we know it's a big deal. We know that insurances don't cover a lot. And unfortunately, now in day and age, insurances are continuing to decrease both reimbursements and visit limits. And it's just really unfortunate for the individual. I mean, I hate knowing that a person that just had rotator cuff surgery, typically you're looking 6 to 9 month recovery, and the insurance authorizes 6 visits, which does nothing for them. So it's a really big concern, and it's a tough time for anybody that's hurt. However, we've developed models for it with wellness memberships and discounted cash rates and massage therapy packages and Pilates packages and things like that to just kind of overcome those financial concerns that people will have, and just to kind of help them out to get the care that they need. Because at the end of the day, you need your health, right? I mean, I don't care how much money you have in the world. If you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And so we want to give people the opportunity to get in and to get healthy and to get fixed. And we just do the best we can to provide that opportunity for them. And number two, it's like I said before, old school model is you've got a sore shoulder and you got a baseball tournament this weekend. You're not going to come to PT because I'm going to tell you can't play. That's not the case. PT is not, it's not rehab. It's rehab and it's prehab. And it's also, if you're a good PT practice, you're able to identify and assess somebody's mechanics and somebody's issues to say, all right, you can play, but I need you playing first base, not pitching this weekend. You can go out and run, but you're going to be walking and running for your 6 miles. And you're not going to be running the whole thing. So when people are concerned that they're not going to be able to do X, or they're scared that it's going to be painful, you're at the wrong place. They should be coming in and feeling valued, feeling welcomed, and take steps to take charge and getting that better.
Oh, that's great. That's really good insight, and that makes a lot of sense as well.
What's up, my friend? Coach Bryce here. Now, you might know me as the co-host of this podcast and the owner of Mission Viejo Fit Body. But what many people don't know is that I began my journey as a fitness transformation story. You see, circuit training and nutrition coaching absolutely changed my life after being overweight with a diet of mainly fast food in my late teens. Now, upon my fitness transformation in early 2007, yes, I gained a much better physique as I was overweight and lacked lean muscle. But way more than burning fat and building lean muscle, I increased my confidence, my energy, and my vibrancy to live life. And it's for these reasons that many people join our boot camp. In fact, with our Ultimate Transformation Program, we guarantee that you'll lose at least 15 pounds in 12 weeks, or your program is free until you do. Now go ahead and visit our website at missionviejofitbody.com. Now thanks, and back to the show.
Now, diving into a specific client, I know you service many clients on a daily and weekly basis. Can you give us an example of, not necessarily your favorite, or at least, but a good example or most noteworthy success story, either one or two of your clients that had some sort of issue, they saw value, they're probably scared, nervous, anxious about all the reasons that you listed, but they ended up taking the plunge, enlisting your help. Would love to hear a little bit, maybe a story or two that you found success.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's numerous. That's why 10 years later I still do this job. One of our best avenues is just jump on our Yelp pages, because you're going to see, if anybody wants to see any more success stories, our Yelp has just tons and tons of success stories there. But one that came to a particular mind was an individual. We treat pelvic floor therapy, and for people that don't know what that is, it's an entire branch of physical therapy to help men and women, mostly women though, either postpartum or some issues that just have trouble getting back to the things that women need to get back to doing, and without going too much into detail on your podcast. And so there are a lot of issues that come back to it. And one of my favorite stories was a lady who had three girls, and her girls are teenage tweens now, but she still didn't get the care from the very beginning till this age. And there are a lot of things that the female can relate to that we're having issues with. And this individual loved going to stroller strides, loved going to working out, going to the gym, going to your own series and your Pilates, and just couldn't do it because of a lot of fear, anxiety, embarrassment, and weakness. And we started treating her for several weeks for some hip issues and getting better, but not to the extent of where it needed to be. And I have an amazing team of pelvic floor therapists and women here. And I just said, hey, there's something not quite right here, something that I'm missing. I'm getting her to where I need her to be, but I just can't get her all the way. What do you think might be going on? Well, they have their list of questions and Q&As that I do not ask, but they ask. And sure enough, there was a pelvic floor dysfunction going on there that just wrecked her. And after a few months of PT, she was back and going, and things that are very intimate and personal between a husband and a wife, and working out and all that, able to get that life back and be able to recognize that no, I shouldn't be living in this discomfort that OBs just say, deal with it kind of thing. And so the beauty of that, though, is that not only was it a self-referral to in-house pelvic floor, but there were other things that this individual needed that we are able to offer. And the reason it was so successful is that she was able to go to massage and work on other areas that weren't getting taken care of in the PT visit, upper back, neck, stuff like that. And then she transitioned to Pilates. So in preparation to go to, let's say, an Orange Theory, which is a little bit more higher intense, or a Fit Body, which is more intense, she's able to do a Pilates-based kind of transition phase to get stable and have that foundation, and then jump into your guys' individuals and classes. And that's the beauty of working together, is that now they have the foundation. I feel comfortable her doing burpees and lunges and squats and all that, right? If she did that before, you can imagine just a lot of pain. And then it was just such a great success story that just built and beautified over and a time, that we saw her daughter, we saw her husband, we saw the grandmother, we saw friends and friends and friends and friends. And it just continued to grow. One of my favorite things to say is, you just never know, like the throwing a stone in a rock into a river or a lake, right? You just never know the ripple effects of that one connection that you can make, and really taking the time to just listen to the individual. And it just flowered. I mean, it was unbelievable, and it was just really cool. And that story is, we hear things like that at least 2 or 3 times a week, if not one a day. It's pretty amazing.
Dude, that is awesome. That warms my heart, being in the health and wellness space. So, job well done. Jonathan, man, that's awesome. I know I want to be respectful of your time. I still have some time left for the lightning round that you can be able to provide some value, if that works for you.
Absolutely. Let's do it.
Cool. And I had a couple of questions about community, but you really just knocked the ball out of the park there. So, lightning round, here we come. You, Jonathan, what is your biggest passion today? What would you say, and why?
Leading and teaching, coaching, mentoring. It's my jam. I think that I've got a skill set to get people better, but I'm limited. If I can coach and train PTs and front desk and individuals to just build the relationship and the rapport to get people better, that it's just an infinite growth. And so my favorite thing is just mentoring new people and getting them on board and really fixing people all over the place.
Heck yeah. Next question. What is a unique value bomb that really would help someone that just unfortunately doesn't know too much about the physical therapy industry? Maybe they should know before they walk in, but they don't. What would you say is a good piece of knowledge to be able to equip them and really better prepare them as they walk into your studio?
Absolutely. Yeah. If they're not sure what to expect, get on our website and just read through our blogs. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on Facebook. You'll get a little piece of our culture and what it is to expect. They can always just call the office and just ask for a consultation and do a 20-minute consult of what it's all about, because we're here to explain and we're here to help people. And so those are quite a few different avenues. We also throw out a newsletter that comes out once a month for both the PT side and the Pilates side. And so they can read those newsletters, and it's just rauschpt.net, and they can get in there and identify a little bit piece of dysfunction. And they can go back on the website and see if they've got a shoulder injury or pelvic injury or something. They can find all the information there.
Cool. Next up, you're a visionary here, especially with your dedication to leadership and team building, et cetera. What is the vision for Rausch over the next 2 to 3 years?
Just game change the entire profession. I mean, that's the big deal. Like, I don't want this stale physical therapy, treat a shoulder, fix a back, and then hope to never see you again. That's not a model that's fun. It's not a model that's successful. We want to be able to create a game-changing environment of health and wellness for the entire Orange County and beyond. And so we look to continue to grow our offices with physical therapy in combination and connection with wellness, to be out in the community and doing events and just continue to expand that version of PT all over.
Love it. Speaking of here in Orange County, my next question is not necessarily, I guess, Rausch or physical therapy or fitness or health and wellness related, but it's just more leisure. We live in a beautiful place. Where can we find you, your wife, your beautiful wife, your 3 kids, kind of hanging out? What is a good spot that you guys like to go to here in Orange County?
Oh man, well, we got 3 kids under the age of 7, so it kind of knocks off a lot of things from a cost standpoint. So the beach, the Mission Viejo Lake, those are some cool spots for us that are nice and free. Little local parks, which is great. We love cruising around and getting breakfast at like Stacks, or we got little SeaWorld passes. We'll cruise down there. But honestly, you're gonna find us because my wife, she's down in our Dana Point location. Ruth, she's crushing it down there, and so you'll actually see us here a lot. And the kids are going to be running around playing. It's like a playground with all the fun toys that we have. So a little bit of both and kind of all over, but it's a good spot. Local pizza places, just spending a bunch of money on games and pizza. That's always a fun one too. So.
Nice. Good on you both. Well, kind of shifting gears here as we kind of wind this down. You talked about your website, you talked about your social media handles. Can you specifically give us specific guidance on what your website is and your social media handles so our audience can follow you and keep in touch?
Absolutely. So our website's going to be www.rauschpt, so rauschpt.net. And once you get on there, you'll see just the 3 locations are up on top, and you can kind of pull it down to see what we offer, who we are, a little bit about us, who's the staff, insurances that we take, things like that. It's kind of all on there and splashed. And then our social media, we're on Facebook at Rausch PT. You've got Laguna Hills, Dana Point, and Laguna Niguel. All 3 have their own branding. We have RX Massage, so RX like prescription. RX Massage can be found on social media, both Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. And then we have ABC Fitness, which is going to be our Pilates studio that has Pilates, yoga, bar, Zumba, foam rolling, yoga, the whole deal. And that's also its own Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. So you're going to see all those different avenue streams, and then you top it off with the newsletter. So at Rausch PT, and then Laguna Niguel, Dana Point, or Laguna Hills.
Beautiful. And we'll link that in the show notes as well. So on that same note, do you have any current specials or I guess introductory offers that you typically recommend clients join on? And now would be an awesome time to, I guess, provide visibility.
Yeah, we're always running specials for the massage memberships, wellness memberships, as well as Pilates. So currently ongoings right now, introductory massage is $65 for a 50-minute massage. Keep in mind, this isn't a massage that you're just going to get anywhere else. This is going to be very therapeutic and handwritten notes from a physical therapist to specifically identify and target areas of impairment. It's not going to be this flu fluff. I mean, you can get that if you want, but this is going to be directed to actually get you better and not just full comfort relaxation type thing. So $65 intro is what we got going on right now. Our massage membership is $75 a month that you get, and it discounts some things there. And then this actually coming up in August for ABC Fitness, we're going to do some really cool, fun things to get yoga a little bit more involved. So every Friday in August, so we've got the 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th at the studio. We're doing some cool, fun yoga things. So we're doing a couples yoga, which is going to be just absolutely hilarious. Yoga bingo, yoga under the stars. So just different variety of different things. And we're running specials like that every month, basically.
Love it. And, for our audience too, this will actually drop in the fall time, early fall time. So depending on the current promotions, but it just gives you an idea of basically what to look for, what to ask for when you're reaching out. So I appreciate that. And of course, everything's time sensitive. So the time is now. If you're interested, make sure to reach out to Jonathan, and that way him and his team can take care of you. So Jonathan, my last question for you today, man, and this has been awesome, so much gold, and really appreciate you being on. What would be a parting piece of wisdom for our audience who's maybe interested in exploring, has some sort of issue? They want to explore, Rausch, but for whatever reason, they're just nervous, scared, anxious, just maybe some baggage and maybe a bad experience in the past. What would your parting piece of wisdom be?
Give us a shot. I mean, literally just... You're not going to experience the same type of physical therapy care that you've had anywhere else. It is completely unique and different. When you walk through the door, you're going to feel a difference. It's going to be buzzing like happy hour on Cheers. I mean, that's the way we create it. We want it to be that fun kind of sports bar, upbeat vibe. And as soon as you walk through the door, you're going to feel that and you're going to experience it. And then not only that, just you're going to see the difference between the matching culture is fun, but then if you don't have the care to supplement it and actually get you better, that's the problem. So we got both in there. So I would say give it a shot. And just like I said, browse through our Yelp. I mean, that's the best way to do it, because those are people's evidence of what they've done, for what their responses are about us. So if they're nervous, they're worried about it, give us a call. You can always shoot me an email. I'm more than happy to respond to people. And Yelp is the biggest one. But yeah, give us a shot. We'll take care of you.
Love it, my friend. And my friends that are listening to this or tuning in on YouTube, highly recommend you do this. Jonathan has been a longtime friend. Actually, his brother Chris is how we first met, was a coach here at Mission Viejo Fit Body. So longtime friend, and highly recommend and really highly believe and trust in his service. So want to give him the proper accolades there. And Jonathan, my friend, it's been awesome being on the show. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time today. And friends, don't forget, if you got value today, which I know you did, give us a like and subscribe on YouTube, or write us an awesome review in iTunes. That way we can keep producing this content for free. Oh, and drop your biggest takeaway in the comments. We'd love to hear from you, and ultimately continue to add value as we move forward. So that's all I have. We'll see you in the next episode. And Jonathan, thanks again, my friend.
Bryce, thank you so much for having me. Have a good day.